Meet Brian Johnson, aka the Liver King, a man who conquered the internet armed only with raw organs, unfiltered bravado, and claims of living entirely by ancestral laws. From 2020 onward, Brian unleashed a tidal wave of content showcasing his 9 ancestral tenets: eating whole raw organs, especially liver, sleeping outside, embracing cold heavy lifting, and an unapologetic authenticity. With each savage bite, he amped his following. Millions flocked to his temple of primal living. Nutrition experts offered warnings. Raw meat and organs risk dangerous pathogens, and extreme carnivory can spark cholesterol. But to many, his physique was gospel. Ripped, raw, revolutionary. Then came December 2022. And the fall. Viral emails surfaced revealing Brian spent over $11,000 a month on anabolic steroids and growth hormones. He had vehemently denied ever using performance enhancers, but the proof was undeniable. Enter Derek from YouTube's More Plates, More Dates, a whistleblower in his own right. He amplified the leaks, claiming Liver King was obviously chemically enhanced. Joe Rogan piled on, dismissing Brian's physique as preposterously jacked for a man in his 40s supposedly living off raw organs. Finally, Liver King owned up, posting a public apology, admitting to using 120 milligrams a week of testosterone and another compound. He said he'd lied, prayed for forgiveness, and pledged to be honest. But the damage? Deep. Lawsuits mounted, trust eroded, and followers felt betrayed. Next came Untold, the Liver King, a Netflix doc released in May 2025. Cameras captured Brian navigating his own fallout, trying to rebuild his brand, sprinkling vegetables back into his regimen, and defending ancestral living, but skeptics called it spin control. He launched new products under Ancestral supplements, but critics still questioned whether the Liver King's empire would outlast his raw fervor. Then raw meat gave way to real meat, and muscle gave way to mayhem. On June 24, 2025, Brian was arrested at the Four Seasons Hotel in Austin, Texas, charged with a Class B misdemeanor for making terroristic threats against none other than Joe Rogan. The crackdown came after Johnson posted bizarre videos, shirtless, wearing a wolf skin, and wielding gold-plated firearms, taunting Rogan to a mano-a-mano street fight. In one video, he crawled across the ground saying, "We're coming to you. I'm willing to die, hoping you'll choke me out." Austin PD issued a warrant after reviewing these Instagram posts, and Rogan told investigators he'd never met Johnson but felt threatened. Johnson was cuffed, booked for terroristic threat, held on $20,000 bail, and remains in custody as the investigation continues. Where does this leave Brian Johnson? His empire of raw carnivore devotion has turned into a cautionary tale. A man trapped between myth and madness. Once worshipped for his primal creed, he now faces legal jeopardy and a public reckoning. Rogan, for his part, publicly denied comment. Those sources say he felt threatened. And Joe's fans? Divided. Some dismiss Brian as a sideshow act. Others feel sympathy that his advocacy pretended something deeper. Mental strain or personal crisis. The Liver King's saga is as raw as the meat he consumed. Filled with triumph, hubris, revelation, and ultimately confrontation. From holy missionary of primal living to public spectacle turned defendant, his journey raises thorny questions. Can the internet's mythologies survive reality checks? What do we make of ancestral living when it veils lifestyle extremes? And how far can persona go before it transforms into full-blown identity crisis? If you found this deep dive into Liver King's rise, fall, and most recent antics illuminating, smash like, tap follow, and subscribe to the Dozy Drummer channels. We've got more wild stories coming, so stick around, hit the bell, and let's unravel some new internet legend together. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.